There's something strange about the Israeli government's calm indifference to the fact that their policies run spectacularly against public opinion in Israel. Most Israelis, by huge margins, did not want the war to resume and don't want it to escalate, wanted to prioritize the return of the hostages, wanted an inquiry commission into the events of October 7th, and since then opposed the sweeping draft exemptions for the Haredim and want them drafted into an army that currently is desperately lacking in soldiers. Basically, they oppose the government, and the government just plows on. Well, how can this be? Are they dumb? Oh no, they're not. It relates almost surely to the ongoing judicial reforms and to quiet, mainly unspoken efforts to ban the Arab political parties that represent the 1/5 of Israeli citizens who are Arabs. Those parties are a key part of the opposition to the right wing. This is classic, textbook authoritarian skullduggery. They've tried it before in many past elections, including the last one in 2022. The right wing succeeds in ramming through the Knesset Elections Committee a banning of certain political parties, and the Supreme Court always overturns that ban. That is why the Supreme Court must go, and therefore the government's judicial reforms aim not just to give the coalition the right to appoint puppet judges, but also, should the puppets forget to be puppets, the Knesset can overrule their rulings by a simple majority. Therefore, if the Supreme Court overturns the ban on Arab parties, then the Knesset can override that decision. Now, of course, the Supreme Court may try to block the override clause, and that will lead to a constitutional crisis in which perhaps those parts of the government that are in charge of running the election will not obey the Supreme Court, and it'll be quite a mess. And the whole point will be to shift the political landscape such as to enable the government potentially to survive. Pretty clever, isn't it? Maybe not. Israel's a democracy at heart, and the Israeli citizens who don't support this madness can be expected to rise up because they know that soon it will come for them. Countries that go down this route don't end up in a very good place. This government is part of an international cabal that views democracy not as citizens' rights and individual freedoms and guarantees and checks and balances and limits on the executive, but rather an elected autocracy.